Hello and welcome to the finale of Megaman X4. Let's jump into the final stages.
Ready.
This first one's pretty simple. Just a nice long hallway with a bunch of enemies. You can take care of these guys without having to get in their way. That's what I do every single time. Might take a little while, but you're gonna need all the help you can get for the upcoming boss fight. Let's get into that boss fight here after the cinematic door opening. Iris. Iris, so you fought with my brother. I'm sorry. Then it's over. Everything. Wait, Iris, listen to me. Goodbye, Zero. Iris! She's gonna use purple orb thing, which has no explanation as to why it's there, and transform into this.
Forgive me, Zero!
Now, this boss fight is actually pretty tough, because you just have these things coming at you the whole time, and the only thing that you can damage is that purple prism, which, okay, for some background, Megaman 8 came out around the same time as X4, and in that game, the gimmick was that all that you were fighting against this evil energy, or whatever, and at the end of that game, all of it's presumed to be gone. So what I assume they wanted to do in this game is be all like, oh hey, there's some evil energy left, and you still need to destroy it, and that's what Iris is using to fight against us, using this evil energy to become super duper strong, like a couple enemies did in the classic series. And now, for the best cutscene in Mega Man history, take it away.
Iris! Iris!
Zero,
Hang in there, Iris.
please, stay away from Replophos. Let's live together. In a world where only Reploids exist.
Iris, there's no world just for Reploid. It's only a fantasy.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to believe it. I wanted to live in a world where only Reploids exist. With you.
Iris! 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 Ah! No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
Oh, Zero, we'll never know what you are fighting for. And that is the most famous of all Mega Man cutscenes ever made. The ever famous, oh, what am I fighting for? I wish that line had a bit more delivery, or Iris had a bit more substantial character growth. Because that could have been a really, like, a heartfelt moment. We could have seen Zero go from being this, like, oh, I'm always super cool, to being just, like, see a much more vulnerable side of him. But anyway, I just plowed through this section because there are two options you have. You can go on the lower path or the top path. I went for the top path because it's way faster, even if it does have a lot more spikes. Let's get into another boss fight, this time with this big boy. General, how many died because of you? Those lives are in your conscience. Independence always has a high price. What about Iris? Did you forget her? I have no regrets. Come now, Zero.
My fate is sealed. I have no choice.
I love that. I love the delivery of that. No choice. Now, in general here, kind of like the final boss in X3, only to be hit in the head. Everywhere else is totally invincible. And he can actually be pretty difficult for good old Zero here. X has the luxury of not needing to get close, but Zero has to get up and personal with him. He'll shoot down these his fists. Gotta climb up to the top one and avoid his blue onions of doom, which is pretty easy to do with a double jump. He does have a couple other attacks, but I don't know. I can't remember if he uses them here. Oh yeah, he's coming down. He'll move to the other side. He's got that attack. I think I get a little too close to the sun and I totally biffed this final attack. Never mind. That was a different playthrough. Thankfully. That boss fight can be pretty tough if you don't know exactly what you're doing. What is this? What's happening? No, this weapon can't be working. General, what's wrong? Someone else is controlling it. Then, Earth's in grave danger. It must be stopped. I'll handle this. And handle it he will. In the next stage. Recording this next stage was a headache and a half, and I have no idea why. But, well, it's that time again. Time for some more refights. Can't get to Sigma without that. That was a remix of Mega Man 9's final boss, Wily Machine 9 by Shademan Espinoza. Link in the description to that channel. Make sure to check it out. But now let's get into a bit of very important lore. Good work, Zero. You're Sigma, so it was you. Yes, simply brilliant. You even defeated Colonel and Iris. You made me do it. No, you wanted to destroy them. Allow me to remind you that I was once the leader of the Maverick Hunters. See you on the other side of this cutscene.
What's our current situation?
Commander!
Where's that red Maverick that wiped out Garma's unit?
Inside. He's inside that door.
You may leave now. I'll take care of this personally.
By yourself, Commander?
I don't want any more of my people being sacrificed.
Look, it's Commander Sigma.
Incredible. Now I'm certain there's no one who's a match for the commander. What?
Take that red Maverick to the repair center and call Dr. Kane. I wish to have that Maverick studied.
Commander, are you okay?
Silence!
Zero, you were a Maverick? What's your point? Are you that surprised? Ah, Zero, you're most impressive. Sigma, I will defeat you. So yeah, before all of this went down, Zero was a Maverick. Before X1 even. And he was about to absolutely wreck Sigma.
Space dust.
But before he could do that, some weird virus, you could say, in his head told him not to do that. And the currently running and most accepted theory by the community is Zero was made with similar technology to X around the time, which means he likely had free will, which was not what his creator wanted, but he gave it to him anyway? What Zero was created to do was to destroy classic Mega Man. He was made by Dr. Wily for that purpose. And somewhere along down the line, he must have gotten way too strong, and Wily put a virus to basically as a safeguard to protect himself from Zero. But Wily sealed Zero away, and now after so long, he got out and he just started murder killing the first things in sight. When Sigma punched Zero in the head, somewhere during that weird little like flashing bit, it's likely that whatever Wily virus was in Zero's head then transferred over to Sigma, manipulating it into the Sigma virus. So basically, for any of you who've watched JoJo, Dr. Wily is to Mega Man as Dio is to JoJo, as in everything from this point onwards can technically be tracked back to him, and is, in fact, his fault. I was kind of talking over those two phases, but this is the fun phase. You're finished, Zero. Iris is waiting for you.
Tremble with terror. You are finished.
This is one of my favorite themes for Zero, if not my personal favorite theme for Zero. X5's is pretty good too. He's got 2 health bars you gotta take care of. This bottom face, which can do 2 attacks, one of which you saw there, and this weird looking face, which also has 2 attacks. This one where he shoots in everywhere except for right in front of him, so you can just keep wailing on him. And one where he just shoots along the ground a whole bunch, so you gotta climb up a wall. These heads are really easy to take care of. You just flaming slash right through them. This head has 2 attacks, this one where it pushes you away, and one where it'll draw you closer and then shoot out a bunch of debris. Honestly, this fight isn't too bad, all things considered. Oh, there's his other attack. These little mini things in between, if you let them go, they're honestly more difficult to dodge than some of the actual attacks that Sigma will throw out. He doesn't have any particular weakness with Zero. You just keep wailing away on him. Also, we're gonna see Sigma blow up at the end of this, but don't think that's the end of him. We still have a whole nother game to get through, and he will certainly be back. Here's Bottom's other attack. Their spikes aren't instant kill, but they do a lot of damage. But I didn't even have to use a sub-tank. Just let that sink in for a second. What's so funny? This weapon is aimed at Earth. No one can stop it. No. Goodbye, Zero. Okay, bye. See you in the next game. I'm gonna run over to the right and make sure that we can get out of here. General. Zero, I was wrong. Sigma, he blinded me to the truth. It's okay. Rest. With my body, I can stop the weapon. But then it's over for this soldier. Farewell. General. And then he plops down, and we get out of Dodge.
So, this is what happened to me. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. Iris!
Please stop, brother! Zero.
Iris, did we Reploids all turn out to be Mavericks after all?
And that's the end, let's get this up, of Megaman X4. Fantastic game, gotta say. Whether you're playing as X or as Zero, playing the game is really good. It's a great transition from the Super Nintendo to the PlayStation. I love the art direction, I love the sound direction, the music's great. The story has a number of flaws, but just looking at it from a general idea is good. And we finally get Zero as a proper playable character, which is a huge jump forward for the series. And would go on to be its own Mega Man game, but we'll get to that sometime in February when the Zero collection comes out. But as for my overall thoughts, it's definitely up there. One of the best Mega Man X games ever made. That's not really saying much, there's only 8 of them, but it's just really solid. Lots of people put it on par, if not above, the classic X, the first X game. But, I don't know if I'd put this above X1 in terms of gameplay. In terms of story, probably. I do love learning more about Zero's backstory and this whole idea of his fate being sealed because of who created him. It's almost like all the credits said in the first 3 X games, specifically in X3. Wily created Zero, Dr. Light created X. Those two were bitter rivals back in the day, so it only seems appropriate that they would fight after they've passed. A sort of sealed fate due to who created them, if you will. I would do my normal outro stuff, but there's a small thing afterwards. I guess I'll just say it now. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that other business, and I'll see you when X5 finally comes around. But first, the battle has ended, but for some reason, Zero's memories of the past continue to haunt him. As a hunter, it is his duty to go after those Mavericks, and at the same time, he knows that it is his destiny to defeat his friend one day. 2 different people, 2 different fates. In the future, Zero's decision will lead 2 great hunters to tragedy. The future is coming.